Well, I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal in this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether the price is going up or down. Over on Dixie for the daily, we are attempting to push forward, but watch this long upper shadow. If followed by a red candle, we could still drop away. Momentum does want to push up. VWAP is gaining strength and money flows in the green. If that VWAP holds bullish here, we could continue forward and we would continue to see the crypto market pull back. So remember, usually when crypto goes up, Dixie goes down. Over on Bitcoin dominance, we are pushing forward. Our MPP does say we could push away. We did make a lower high, so I would watch for a rejection around this value area high. Again, that just means altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin, and if we continue to see this drop, we may see that alt season. Stochastic is pushing up, RSI is gaining strength, VWAP is pushing forward, money flows in the green, momentum is gaining strength. So overall, we do look decent on the daily for dominance to continue forward, but I would just watch the next couple candles. Over on total, we did retest that 936 zone that we have been saying to watch for, so we did make a bounce there. We filled most of our MPP probability, so I would watch if we can get strong green candle next. If we get a strong green candle next, we could make a higher low with a higher high to create a little bit of a bullish pattern here and attempt to push us forward. Our stochastic does want to push down. RSI is losing strength. Momentum is pushing down with that VWAP in the bearish territory, and money flow is selling off. So overall, I would watch lower time frames still. Over on this 1 hour, we did get a long lower shadow candle, which showed the bears are losing steam, and now we see a lot of green candles. We did have a long upper shadow, but we saw some indecision and pushed past it. If we can continue higher here and make a higher high with higher lows, then we could continue forward toward that 1 trillion again. However, if we reject here like our MPP says we could, then we would have a lower high with consistent lows that could start to bring us down in a descending triangle. So I would still watch for another retest of the 936. Our stochastic does want to push up. RSI is pushing forward. VWAP is bullish. So as long as that VWAP stays bullish, momentum will continue to push up and money flow could go from red to green. That would help solidify higher time frames. But if we see this VWAP hold bearish like it tried to do back here, it's likely we will see a continued sell-off. Keep a close eye on how that VWAP plays out over the next day or two. Over on Bitcoin futures for the daily, we do have the potential for this to be a double top where you have a rise, a drop, a rise, and we could end up dropping. So keep an eye on that, as that would be a pretty big double top that could start to cascade us even lower. But RSI is pulling back, so stochastic does want to push down. Money flow is pulling back. VWAP is in bearish territory, and momentum does have a red dot due to the VWAP pushing down. If that continues, money flow will continue to weaken, and we will see further red candles and potentially break some support levels. Over on the 1 hour, we do have a bounce off that 93K level, so that is positive, but we need to push up and get higher highs with higher lows. We need some sort of bullish pattern to form. Otherwise, we are doomed to kind of push down. We do have this little consolidation, then a push down, consolidation, push down. So just exercise caution as we are consolidating, and that trend may continue. Stochastic does want to push down, but it is trying to make a rebound, so that is positive. RSI is pushing forward, and VWAP is slightly bullish. Watch that VWAP. It needs to hold above this neutral if we're going to see momentum and money flow bounce back. Otherwise, if that VWAP falls back into bearish territory and we get consistent lows and start seeing some stronger waves like back here, then it's likely we would continue lower and fill those lower targets. So we do need a bullish trend to form very soon. Over on Bitcoin for the daily, we did retest that support level of our 93K, got pretty close to our first buy-in order, but we didn't get quite there. Stochastic is starting to push down. RSI is starting to push away as well. That VWAP is favoring bearish, bringing momentum lower and causing money flow to sell off. So keep a close eye on that VWAP. If it continues to favor bearish, we will continue to see some red candles here. Over on the 1 hour, we did warn in our Discord that we did have a potential descending channel, but we did have this rejection here. And at that rejection, we said to watch for a retest of the 93K. So hopefully you're able to capitalize on that. If you weren't, you should join us. Our Discord is free. Stochastic does want to push up, RSI is gaining strength. Our momentum is trying to push forward as that VWAP holds bullish and money flow is pushing up. So we do have the potential to gain some strength after attempting to break that support level and failing. We need higher highs with higher lows or some sort of bullish pattern like inverted head and shoulders or a rising descending channel. Descending channel wouldn't be the ideal. We already broke one of those, but some sort of bullish pattern to help push us forward, or that VWAP to sustain in bullish territory. Otherwise, if we see another lower high, we could push down again, break that support, and continue lower, seeing some more volatile price action. Over on graph for the daily, we are seeing a little bit of a push down. We did retest that 20-cent area, so I would exercise caution. We did fill the lower low possibility. We did not get, or we did try to break past that higher low possibility. We did not get it. So I would watch. We are still trying to make a higher low, so we do still have a chance to push up, make a bounce, and continue forward to get a bullish pattern. But just keep an eye on things on the lower time frames, because this is where we may see that lower chance fill. Our stochastic is starting to push away. RSI is losing strength. VWAP is favoring bearish. Momentum is dropping with a red dot due to VWAP breaking down, causing money flow to push down. So overall, I would exercise caution. If that VWAP continues to push down on lower time frames, we will continue to sell off and see some stronger red candles on those higher time frames. Over on the 1 hour, we do have this consolidation after a push down. Keep an eye on that, as that could be a bear flag that would try to break us lower. Our stochastic is trying to push up. RSI is pushing forward. That VWAP is in a slight bullish trend with higher highs and higher lows. Watch for that to maintain and for these waves to get a bit stronger, like back here. If we can get some significant waves, momentum will push further up and money flow could go from red to green. But if we continue with these short, weak waves, I would just exercise caution, because they're not going to give us much gains, and that would mean bears would still have some control over us even if we don't sell off. So over on Anchor for the daily, we do see a little bit of a round away. We did feel that lower probability of our MPP. Stochastic is starting to push down. RSI is starting to weaken. VWAP is breaking down, making a lower low, causing momentum to break down, and money flow is starting to sell off. So overall, we're not too positive looking there on the daily. Over on the 1 hour, we do have lower highs. We do have some higher lows. So we are trying to push forward, but we don't really have much convincing price action. Those are the words we're looking for. So I would still watch, as we are still consolidating after a push down, which could still create a little mini bear flag to try to retest that 30.65 and possibly continue lower beyond those two support levels there. Our stochastic is indecisive. RSI is trying to push forward. So if that stochastic does not break, RSI could lead price higher, but we need that VWAP to stay bullish. We have a higher low with a higher high. We need this wave to get stronger if we're going to continue further and break this resistance area. Otherwise, if that VWAP just sputters away here, then we will break down. Our MPP does say there's a low chance of pushing up, but we could try to retest that 37.67, again, providing that VWAP maintains a bullish trend and stays above that neutral. So over on XRP, we did push close to the bottom of our triangle like we said to watch for, but we made a strong rebound. So hopefully you were watching, hopefully you had your buy order, and you could capitalize on some gains today. Stochastic is overall selling off. RSI is weakening. That VWAP does want to break bearish. Momentum is rounding with a red dot, and money flow is starting to pull back. So I would exercise caution. This is pretty much pumping because a lot of banks are announcing they're using XRP. Many people that invested early pretty much figured that was going to be the case. So this is good news for anyone who's been holding for a long time. Over on the 1 hour, we do have some indecisive price action. We have higher lows with higher highs. They don't connect very well. So we may have a little mini bullish continuation trying to form. Watch if we can break and hold that resistance area. If we can't, then we will end up seeing this pattern play out still. Stochastic does want to round. That VWAP is in the bullish territory, pushing momentum higher and giving money flow strength. If that VWAP can maintain with a strong push, then momentum will continue to push that money flow higher. Higher time frames will break up, and we will see a potential push back to around that $3 range like the MPP says. Last but not least, we have Algo. Unless you have special requests, drop them in chat. we are starting to push away. We do have a long lower shadow candle possibility, so if followed by a strong green candle, we could try to make a higher low and attempt to push up for higher highs, much like our other coins. The MPP does say there is a chance we continue lower, but we did feel the higher probability of retesting our support level like we said to watch for. VWAP is pushing down, momentum is weakening, stochastic is dropping away, and RSI is weakening. So overall, we're not looking too positive on the daily, and we need those lower time frames to reverse and hold bullish if we're going to gain strength. Over on the 1 hour, we do have lower highs and lower lows that don't connect very well, so this may be a bearish continuation. Bearish continuation is going to try to bring you lower, so I would watch that 34-cent area very close, because if we break that, we may get our buy order to fill here. Stochastic is overall pushing down, but that RSI is trying to push up as that stochastic attempts to make a bullish cross. If that bullish cross can sustain, then we could make a bounce forward and retest the 37.49. The MPP says there's an 80% chance of trying to push there, but that would be a lower high here, so watch for a lower high, as if followed by a lower low that would break or retest the 34 more evenly, then we could still continue lower over the long run. VWAP does want to push up. That momentum is trying to gain strength due to the VWAP holding bullish. So that is positive for us. If that can maintain, then our money flow will go from flat to heading into the green, and we could gain some strength. Kind of like back in here, we did see some flat VWAP action that did bring that money flow and momentum higher, and then we saw a little bit of a push up. So that's kind of the same thing you're going to want to watch here, and that push up would need to break and hold that 37.49 to continue to push us up and retest this previous range around that 42 cents. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and again, join us in the Discord, link in the comment or down in the description. It's all for free.